there once again. I'm Ray Glasser with another edition of the Cleveland Tech Report. Here we go again with some news of the world of home video and consumer electronics. Tonight we're going to do a review of the most advanced Sony VCR in the beta format to ever hit the market, the spectacular new SL-HF1000. Now before you say, gee, why is this guy spending time on beta? Beta's dead. There's going to be no more beta tapes, no more beta machines. That's not quite true. What's happening is VHS is squeezing beta out, slowly but surely, but beta is far from dead. VHS now accounts for about 90% of all new VCR sales, 8mm somewhere around 2%. That leaves the rest of the market, the whole 8%, for Sony and beta. Beta is still very much alive. They're still selling beta machines. They're still making beta tapes. The only thing that is happening here in the late 1980s is that many video stores are not carrying pre-recorded titles in the beta format. But they're still coming out in beta, and Sony is still churning out beta machines every year. Now the reason we're going to take a hard look at this new machine tonight is the fact that there are many revolutionary features on the machine. And whatever features come out on today's betas will be on tomorrow's VHS and 8mm units. So I thought we'd spend about 15-20 minutes tonight talking about the new features on the SL-HF1000. Okay, here she is, the whole thing, kind of a bird's eye view. Let's go closer in now and show it close up. This is a video files machine, folks. This is the Cadillac, the Rolls-Royce, the top of the line. This is not a low-end Betamax, and it's not inexpensive. This is way over $1,500 list, which of course no one pays anymore. No one pays full price anymore. You can get it for around $1,000 discounted. But this is a loaded machine. There's the jog and shuttle dial on the right. And going back now, you see some of the displays, the function buttons. You'll be seeing some of the beta HiFi controls and switches. This is a really loaded machine. Coming up next is the remote control that comes with the machine. 65 buttons on there, including the jog and shuttle wheel on the remote. And this thing duplicates almost all the features of the SL-HF1000. This is a really packed remote control. But don't be scared, because we'll be explaining to you what's going on here with the remote and the main machine in a couple of seconds. Okay, let's pull out now and show the whole remote along with the SL-HF1000. Coming up, the main features of the SL-HF1000. Okay, we have just changed sources and changed microphones as well. What you're looking at now is my video camera pointed at a TV screen, because the easiest way to show you the features of the SL-HF1000 is to actually show you the machine working on television. It's actually the best way. What you're watching right now, by the way, is the other NightLife show with David Brenner, which of course is syndicated from market to market. And it's on right now because I'm doing this tech report at 2:45 in the morning. One of the newest features of the SL-HF1000 is the on-screen displays it has, kind of like many VHS machines have had for years and years. Sony calls it data screen in beta, and when you push the data screen button for the first time, you get this. The date on the upper left-hand corner. It's now May 26, 1987. It's a Tuesday. It's 2:45 a.m. And on the bottom there, you see 06-2303. That is an on-screen display of the hours, minutes, and seconds counter. I had played a tape in the 1000, and it went from 0, and I played 6 minutes and 23 seconds. The 03 at the end is something that's also very new. This is a frame counter. Finally, Sony has put a frame counter on a Betamax. Now that may not mean much to many of you, but for those of us that do a lot of editing and you want to be precise to the frame, this is a very, very handy feature to have. Previously, frame counters were only found on professional 1" and 3/4" editing machines. And this is the first time it's been offered on a home unit. And let's see, if you put the tape in play, here's what happens. Okay, you see the frame counter on the bottom moving real fast. Next to it on the left is the seconds counter, 34, 35, 36, and then of course the minutes, 6 minutes. This tape has not been run an hour yet, so what you're seeing is 6 minutes, 43 seconds, and the X number of frames on the far right. That's what it looks like. When you go into beta scan, you get some more information. You get the double arrows meaning you're in scan, and that little B1 means this is a beta 1 tape. And you go back to play, it tells you you're in play, and that display lasts for about 5 seconds or so, then it fades out. When you go in reverse scan, same thing. A beta 1 tape, the arrow is going backwards. We're in reverse beta scan. Isn't this great? When you go in a still frame, it shows you still frame, B1, beta 1. How about slow motion? X 1/5. That's 1/5 playback on a beta 1 tape. Go down to 1/10 and it shows you 1/10. This only has two slow motion speeds, 1/10 and 1/5. When you play at full speed, you get X1. When you play up to double speed, it says X2. And then, of course, you have your full beta scan. Now, I'm using the jog and shuttle wheel as I'm doing this, by the way, which is a feature that's now been on 3 beta VCRs. Okay, this, of course, is the tape of All in the Family that I made earlier today at the beta 1 speed. All right, now let's go back to live TV and show you something else. All right, this machine is the first beta also to have a built-in character generator. And what that means is you can actually put titles on your tapes. By pushing the title insert button, you get a title. Now what you're looking at is called page 0. This has 8 pages of memory. And what you can do is you can change these displays if you want by pushing the page button, the next button. Now, this has got 2 backgrounds on it. What you're seeing is background number 2, which is black. We can change it by moving the jog and shuttle wheel 1 notch. This is background 1, which is white. See the difference? I use background 2, which is the black background, because it's easier to see on almost any TV source. As you can tell, right there is a title superimposed over something shown by TV with lettering. It's kind of hard to see. And this makes it stand out more. Background 1 is just plain see-through clear. Background 2 is the white. Or I'm sorry, background 2 is the black blocks. Push the next button, and the background 2 will stay. Now the cursor is flashing by the date. If you want to get rid of the date, push the jog and shuttle wheel 1 notch, it disappears. If you like it on, put it back on again. Very simple. Let's take it off. Hit the next button, flashes by the time. If you want to take the time off, you can take the time off by pushing the jog wheel 1 notch. Same with the frame counter. You can erase that too if you want, but I do like that on there. So there we go. Let's see what happens now when you push title insert 1 more time. Title. Now we go to the page. This is page 1 in the 8-page memory. Page 1 is flashing because it hasn't been put on the tape yet. What I happen to have on page 1 is the date. I date many of my tapes as I record them and save them in my video library. This is the date. Now, if you want to put it on, you push title insert and it goes on. If you want to change it, you push title insert again, hit another button, and you're on the next page. Cleveland Tech Report. This is page 2. Page 3 is end part 1. Page 4 is end part 2. Where have we seen these before? Maybe on some previous tech reports, huh? I never did erase them. All right, let's show you how to change these titles. We're going again through the pages, the 8 pages of memory. All right, let's go to this one. Video Marketing Newsletter. Let's keep background 2. Let's keep, by the way, there are 4 sizes here. What you're looking at is size 1. Let's just keep it the way it is. Size 1. Now there's 2 buttons, back and next. When you hit the next button, your cursor moves ahead. When you hit your back button, it goes backwards. Now watch the bottom of the screen. There it is flashing.